Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is Kyle and Drew with your sneak peek at next week, episode number 517 for Comics releasing July the 10th, 2019. Before Drew and I get into what's coming up in your local comic book shops this giving Wednesday, Drew and I recorded a special Walking Dead podcast that should have released right before this, a spoiler-filled look at that which is Walking Dead. We'd like you to go and tune into that when you finish the series, when you're caught up, when you know, even if that's down the line, when you finish your omnibuses or compendiums, join us for that episode number 516, where we just talk about our thoughts about The Walking Dead. So we wanted to make a separate one for that, so that way you guys don't have to scrub through this episode to skip over any spoilers or any long-form thoughts that we have about that book. But, Drew, we still have a sneak peek. We still have week 2 of 5 for July. And, Drew, I think we also have some feedback.
Yeah, Eric Wolf wanted to say, hey, I really enjoyed the shout-out a few weeks ago, and I totally respect that you guys take some time to camp with your family and miss a show here and there. Great podcast. So we've been given permission, Kyle. We can vacation as much as we want and take as many shows off as we'd like to. Yay!
But it was very nice of him to say that, and you know, it is something that sometimes like, oh, I'm gonna miss a cast. I don't like that, but just kind of keeping the balance.
Yeah, work-life balance, man, in all things, right? Everything in moderation, even podcasting.
Even podcasting.
Yeah, it's nice to know that we're missed, though.
No doubt.
Yeah, if no one ever said, you know, dang it, you guys, where were you? You know, we would never think that anybody even listened. So it's nice. It's nice to know.
There you
go. We appreciate you. We appreciate you guys. Should we go to the top 10 selling on eBay first and get that out of the way, or should we go do our FOC first?
Let's start with our FOC, where we usually like to start. Of course, the FOC is the final order cutoff. It's where we like to see the things that we need to add, maybe a couple books to on our order, subtract, see some final art, get some second printings, or whatever happens to be. It's usually stuff that comes out 3 or 4 weeks after that. And we, of course, get a wonderfully curated list from our good friend Eric at Cowabunga Comics. Of course, your FOC editions are all due by midday on Monday, but it's a great thing for Drew and myself to add dollars and dollars and dollars to our weekly pull list.
True that. So,
of course, Eric likes to spotlight and feature a few items that he sees some movement on or some interest in, given the FOCs. He's got, from Dark Horse Comics, the Umbrella Academy Library Edition hardcover Volume 1. Of course, the Umbrella Academy blowing up, all kinds of stuff with that, and this is its number 1 hardcover there. Nice black cover on that. Batman Who Laughs, number 7 of 7, the final issue in the 7-issue series of the Batman Who Laughs by Scott Snyder and Jock. Drew, we have an opportunity to, it looks like, get our hands on a Spider-Man 300 3D polybag. Of course, very, very cool there. And we have Marvel Comics Presents number 7 from Marvel. And we have to talk a ton about what was in Marvel Comics Presents 6 at some point in time as well.
Gotcha.
But until then, let's jump in and see for ourselves in this list what we think we need to find out in the FOC. And we'll start in Dark Horse.
There's a lot more offerings from Dark Horse this
much.
Week. Pretty healthy slate of things. A nice little touch of mind management there, just in case. Nice flashback. We've got this Manor Black thing. This is a Colin Bunn, Brian Hurt co-written book with Tyler Crook doing the art. So this is a Harrow County reunion.
Mm-hmm.
And I love me some Harrow County and the Sixth Gun, if you read that, which I never did get to finish that one, but I did finish Harrow County, which was amazing.
And a lot of these floppy comics are in stores the end of this month. You are still able to add a book to get it the last week of July.
which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited about this. Harrow County ran 35 issues, was really great. We should see that in some form somewhere on one of the streaming services in a different format. So I would think this would be right behind. Tyler Crook and Colin Bunn, they work well together.
There you go. Of course, Stranger Things 6, number 3, big deal because Stranger Things Season 3 debuting now, and a lot of people really in Stranger Things mood, so that can always be a good thing for Stranger Things books.
Oh, it's already dropped? Season 3?
Yeah, just released either today, or I think July 3rd or something like that, July 4th.
Oh, nice. I'm going to check that out.
No doubt.
And that's a Netflix series, so it's all of them?
Yep, bingeable from the day one.
Wow, that's cool.
All right, anything else in Dark Horse, sir?
No.
All right, let's head on down to DC. Of course, we talked about Batman Who Laughs, issue number 7. We also have the Batman Who Laughs hardcover. This will, well, okay, that's obviously not coming out right away. When is the release of that one? That'll come out at the end of August, but you're still able to get in on that if you want to.
This is probably the last chance to pre-order it then?
Yeah, the last chance to pre-order it. Yeah. A new edition of the Killing Joke hardcover. Oh my.
Jeepers sucks. That's like the 1000th edition of that.
Yeah. I think I have a 4th printing of the original edition of it. I love that book.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Not a ton in DC I'm seeing right now. We got some annuals. This is a week of annuals. Be them Green Lantern or Red Hood and a few other things.
Yeah, Red Hood's got its 3rd annual already.
Yeah.
It's interesting. And then we had another Watchmen trade being solicited. So a lot of stuff that they're trying to get out and into our grubby paws.
Yep. Now an HBO series, it says on the front of the Watchmen trade paperback.
Yeah.
All right, anything else in DC? It looks like not a ton that we need to really worry our pretty little heads about.
No.
All right, see IDW has anything that piques our interest. 2nd print of Crow, Hack and Slash, that's good. A one-shot from Gears of War Pop Edition. Of course, an iOS game coming that I might try to play just for fun.
Yeah. Are we in IDW?
Yeah, we're in IDW. Sorry.
Yeah.
A lot of offerings from IDW, but nothing that really piques my interest.
Yeah, you're right.
Of course, we're going to have to talk a lot about TMNT, issue 96 here. We've got some big news in 95. So,
Really?
Yes. You want me to talk about that now?
Sure.
Of course, issue 95, we got a surprise appearance of a new female Ninja Turtle.
What?
And the price on the issue has spiked to over $20. There is a 1 in 10 ratio version that is spiked up almost into triple digits on this one. So that is something we are going to have to watch because we have a new turtle in town now. So if you're able to jump in and grab 95, you may want to continue that with some reading in 96 here. Granted, it's not going to be the first appearance again, but still could be something very, very neat to check out.
Now you hated the oversized Raphael, right?
Correct, from the Nickelodeon series.
What do you think about this?
I'm okay with this kind of thing. This don't bug me.
That's okay.
Yeah, no problem. We've got Jenica, the female Ninja Turtle.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was doing a little bit of research on this. We see her before she was a Ninja Turtle in issue 51. So that might also be something if you're interested in the Ninja Turtle lore and the things that we need to. We may also want to dig and see if we can find 51 to pair with 95. So just FYI, go now, search now, and make yourself a nice little pair.
Kind of a first Kate, first Hawkeye situation.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
I gotcha. As we glance down into Image, unless you have some more.
We're all good, brother.
Not seeing much. Really, I believe that's the final issue of Paper Girls.
Oh wow!
And so it's a double-sized finale. 44 pages, and
and it looks just like issue 1. That's awesome.
It kind of was pretty close to wrapping up on the last issue, so I'm interested to see how they tie all the other things up here. It should be great. Wonderful. It's going to be a wonderful collection, and definitely an evergreen book to hand to friends and say, here, read this, or give this to your tween girl. Should really like it.
Read this and keep reading no matter what you want to do with it after a few issues.
Yes.
Of course, for Spawn, we've got $2.99 coming out at the end of this month, and we still have the ability to pick up a few of those if we decide we really want to be in a little bit more on $2.99. We, of course, got all those leading up to $300 for Spawn.
And then we have a second printing of Walking Dead 193.
Same art, just a little second printing.
But for completionists, absolute completionists like myself, gotta get at least one.
Yeah, no reason not to. I wish they'd have done a different cover, but oh well.
Or just stamped a
slap
pink
one of
signature
those
or something on
fake solicits on it.
Anything would have been nice.
Big old picture of Kirkman on the front. Let's head on down to Marvel. Death Heads #1 by Tini Howard. Marvel UK's hottest character, Death Head. Interesting.
Powers of X -- of 6 is Jonathan Hickman doing the art and the cover art. And no. Art and covers were R.B. Silva. I read that wrong. Jonathan Hickman's just the writer. This is a big deal. They're pushing this pretty hard. Marvel is. A lot of covers. Since I didn't do War of the Realms, probably not going to pay attention to this. But
yeah.
For those of you that are, enjoy. Lots of covers to choose from.
There you go. Of course, Marvel Team Up #4. We have the reappearance of Marvel. The first Captain Marvel draws Carol Danvers and Kamala Khan back together for an all-out-of-this-world adventure. Seems like it could be an interesting book there.
Yeah.
More Star Wars Age of Republic. And what was that 3D Spider-Man 300? Do you need a polybagged 3D Spider-Man 300, sir?
Sure don't.
Trying to find the price on it. Is this another one they shoot up to $8?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, here we go. Amazing Spider-Man 3D #1 polybagged $8 book. This is what they were doing with the Thors and the other things of the world. The big old crash grab. We'll put it in a poly bag, put a little lenticular on the cover, and see who gobbles them up. Well, not me, sir. Not me.
Take a look at the Venom Manual #1. Got Lady Hellbender's origin. So sometimes origin issues have some value. Might be something to check into. Do we know anything about Lady Hellbender?
No, I don't.
I don't either.
All right, let's check some of our smaller publishers and see if they have any good FOC offerings for us.
Checking this. Yeah, it's a Valiant book. I don't usually do Valiants, but Killers #1. It's B. Clay Moore on the writing, Fernando Dangino doing the art, and a John Boy Myers cover, which is really nice. It's about 5 Delhi assassins recruited into a game of cat and mouse by the mysterious Jonin. So I will interested. Let's see what that might sample that down the road.
There you go. And the thing I missed is we were talking about, what was it, Marvel Presents? What was the darn thing?
7.
Yeah, Marvel Presents 7 up here. Of course, in Marvel Presents 6, we got our first appearance of Wolverine's daughter.
Yeah. Yeah, it was one of those. Present 6 was like 3 different stories, so it's only like a 10-page story or something like that.
But such a low print that it is shot up.
Yeah, people are excited about it.
And if you want to get that story and get the rest of them, you can. It's still not too late to snag 7.
But no second print for Present 6 though.
Yeah.
Weird, right?
I figured they'd be quick to release a second one on that one.
Yeah, they usually are. So
yep.
Interesting.
Anything else with the FOC, sir?
No, sir.
All right, that concludes our FOC. Of course, if your LCS doesn't do an FOC, reach out to Cowabunga, and they can hook you up with not only the ability to get on the list, but if you need to use them to get those books, they would be much obliged as well.
So now let's slide over to the top 10 best-selling comics for the week of July 5th. And topping the list is what Kyle was just talking about, Marvel Comics Present #6. Because of that Wolverine's daughter appearance, it sold 396 copies this weekend. Nearly 400 copies. And the raw sale at a high sale of $75.
Jeez.
Covrprice has been tracking this for a while, tracking sales for a while. They've never had a comic that sold 396 in 1 week. So even the success of Batman Damned #1 and how big a deal that was only did 250 in 1 week. So it's super hot. Super hot.
They're saying for a hard to find book, it sure is moving a lot.
Yeah. A #2 slot is Canto #1, which we kind of poo-pooed because it had a kind of a silly look to the cover.
Yeah, we giggled a bit at poor Canto. A cute, funny story with great art.
Yeah. 126 people wanted this dang thing. And it had a high sale of $80 for a CGC 9.8. I guess part of the problem is there were widespread damages of the comic, so it's hard to find high grade copies. So I don't know if that heat is very long term there. In Marvel Comics Presents #5, Wolverine's daughter appears in 2 panels and narrates the story.
Ooh.
So it also sold 110 copies, and selling it for a high of $30. There's a Robles variant of Canto #1, also hard to find. Sold for 100 and is a 9.8. I don't know how they got a 9.8 back so fast on that, but whatever. Silver Surfer Black #1, second print, still selling well.
Still mad that the second print's the only thing with heat on it.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, right? 62 copies sold. Still selling to Mega Man #3. So first appearance of Lobo. It's always been a hot book. 44 copies sold this week. Inhumans #5. First appearance of Yelena Belova, who will be playing the Black Widow in the MCU film of the same name. Sold 32 copies. and had a high sale of $200 for a CGC 9.6.
Ooh.
Interesting. Batman the Damn #1 is making another appearance in the top 10. This is at number 8. And after it's because Batman the Damn #3 came out, was so awesome that people got excited about finding that first issue again. 35 copies changed hands. And the people that are getting the 10.0 CGCs are getting $300 for this book.
Dang.
Incredible Hulk 181 continues. Of course, this is a key from way back. 33 of them changed hands. Selling for around $7,000 if it's a 9.2. We have Venom's #3 third print. This is the, let's see, Null.
Yeah, same dudes on the cover of this one is same as the black, the Silver Surfer black cover.
Yes. So it sold 29 copies this week. People were excited about that. So one thing I thought was kind of interesting: no Walking Dead on the list.
Still early. Yeah.
I
mean, for the 193 craze, I'm sure it'll be next week. So it'll be 193.
But I thought 191 and 192 might make it. You know,
it's true.
So I was surprised that there wasn't a lot of heat there. That was interesting.
People holding on to their copies, not willing to sell.
I don't know about that. Maybe. But yeah, that's all I had in the top 10. If we want to slide over to the sneak.
Yeah, let's head on over to the sneak peek. Of course, we're going to previewsworld.com, finding new releases, finding July 10th, 2019. And Drew, let's start where we love to start. Let's start in Image.
Well, it seems to me that Image might have put their stuff out a little earlier because there's not a lot here.
We do have 5 weeks, and we talk often about in a 5-week month. Sometimes certain publishers have 4 weeks worth of the book, even though there's 5 weeks in the month.
Yeah. And Unearthed was a pick of ours a while ago. We were excited about this because of the Kyle Strom connection. Who's your guy from Spread you liked a lot.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. Reaver #1. Which one was that one?
That's
just the Justin Jordan book. Yes, I went high on this one. So, yeah, big fan of Reaver #1. And we have a Bitter Root Red Summer one-shot. A $6 one-shot for Bitter Root, if that's your thing.
Yes.
All right, let's head on down to Dark Horse, where it appears the Black Hammer Justice League is the word of the day. IDW, we got Care Bears hanging out in IDW there.
Yeah, nope, nothing for me there.
There you go. DC Comics down there, we got a really nice Juan Jimenez Batman 74 variant. Pretty cool.
Yeah, enjoy it while you can. Not going to have Tom King to kick around anymore.
Yeah, no doubt. Batman and the Outsiders. We're talking about the cardstock variants. Of course, Arash Al Ghul on the cover of cover A there.
So many nice covers.
Yeah. Cardstock variant on Justice League Odyssey. We have Cyborg on the cover of a Villains Month book.
Doom Patrol's back with Way to the World. I don't. This is what imprint is this? You remember what the imprint is? Not Vertigo.
Oh shoot, no, yeah. Animals? No. Young Animals?
Young Animal, yeah, good call. I've really been enjoying this Flash year one. It's been my favorite Flash in a long time. So I've really been enjoying this, and it's a good series. It's gonna be a fun collection. Howard Porter doing the art here. Good stuff.
Very nice. Down to Marvel. Black Cat number 2. Of course, Black Cat number 1 having some J. Scott Campbell covers that I really liked. 2, more of the same.
Yeah, you're gonna get the J. Scott Campbell, not the Carnage.
Both looking very good, Bill. Both looking very good.
Yeah.
Giant Size Ecstatic number 1.
And we got that great Invisible Woman first issue.
Of course, Captain Phasma number 1 from Star Wars. Hopefully we can find out a little bit more information about this chrome armored nothing that we see in the movies.
You're still bitter about this.
Yeah, come on. Wolverine and Captain America Weapon Plus number 1.
Oh, Marvel, you're doing it again. War of the Realms Omega number 1. Even though this event's over, continue to print extra copies of things. Let's just wrap up this thing and wrap up that thing. Ugh.
A new adventure.
Wolverine and Captain America.
Wolverine versus Blade. That's
nice.
What's up. Yep.
Also
Mark
looks good.
Guggenheim writing that. Dave Wilkins on art. It's a wicked looking Wolverine and a cool looking Blade. We got a Matteo Scalera cover B, and that is awesome looking as well. My goodness, that would be a fun fight. So I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah.
And of course, the facsimile edition of X-Men number 1. A key, not easy to get your hands on. So snag that facsimile edition, throw it on your wall, and shock people that walk into your room into thinking you have the legit one.
Yes.
Anything else in Marvel, sir?
I don't think so, no.
Dynamite, but I'm not finding anything in Dynamite necessarily. Boom.
Look at this Ghosted in L.A. It's a Cinna Grace book. I don't know.
And the fact that it is a Cinna Grace book is the best thing you can find to say on it.
Yeah.
Check out some of our smaller publishers.
Very good. You really sounded that out.
I did phonetics because I was tripping over my tongue trying to say it.
Oh, man.
Okay, so Second Coming number 1 from Ahoy Comics
Yeah.
was the canceled
Mark Russell book, yeah.
Mark Russell book.
From Vertigo.
You can still get it from Vertigo now.
No, not from Vertigo, from Ahoy.
We can get it from Ahoy, but it was canceled through Vertigo.
Yes, it was canceled through Vertigo.
Gotcha.
And pretty much Vertigo's now been canceled, so the whole publisher's gone.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that should be a big deal.
Yeah, I like that cover B too. Get cover A, but I like the cover B. Strange Lands number 1 from Humanoids Incorporated. There's a name that I think you would take if you got into comics, Drew. Darcy Little Badger.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? So Watch Dogs, wasn't it already a comic?
Correct. Watch Dogs is a video game that had some, I believe, a comic already, but we are in our third incantation of Watch Dogs. We are in Britain, the new, England for all our third one here. But we've actually following somebody through the slums of Brazil in this one. So
well, maybe it wasn't a comic before. Maybe
it's
it was just
very possible.
Yeah. So this is
_dogs.
This is one of those that normally we would take a flyer on because we get some early heat on video game tie-in books.
Correct.
But it's a $6 book.
$6 book. We've already had two video games that I couldn't tell you the name of the main character because it's fairly innocuous. And I know in the third Watch Dogs game, you essentially play as a million different characters, and when they die, you just play as a different character.
Okay.
All right. Anything else, Drew?
No, I don't think so.
All right. This is the point of the podcast where I say, what is your pick of the week? What is the one to make sure you are in your LCS this coming Wednesday to snag up because you got to have it on these 5-week month?
I think I'm going to go with Unearth.
There you go.
You talked me into that one.
Talked you into Unearth?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. And I'm going to go with Reaver, #1 from Justin Jordan, Image Comics. Becky Cloonan on the cover art series premiere there.
I thought you were going to go with Second Coming.
I thought about it. It's another great book. Probably more value. Yeah, I mean there's still so much talk around that's a no-brainer. Second Coming is ain't.
I might trade Unearth for a Second Coming. I really assumed you were going to take that one.
All right, tell you what, let's do that. I'm going to stick with Reaver, and you're going to go Second Coming.
I'm going to go Second Coming at Ahoy. Yeah.
Yep, for that from Ahoy Comics, of course, the canceled.
Honorable mention goes to Unearth.
You got it. I got it. So we're giving you 3 for the price of 2, which is $0 anyways. So you cannot beat that. If you think there's better things on here, if we're crazy, if maybe these books aren't even gimmies, and maybe I'm crazy for saying, oh, it's an obvious choice to make sure you have some of these, let us know. The Facebooks, the Twitters, the Instagrams, all this stuff can be found at comicsfunprofit.com. Tell us what you're excited about, or if we're just plain wrong, feel free to tell us that as well. So we thank you so much. So for Drew and for myself, see ya.